Well, guys, it looks like after many years of going to GameStop, today will probably be my final time going. A few months back, GameStop Canada had been acquired by a French-Canadian entrepreneur who so happens to be the co-owner of McFarlane Toys. And not only has he bought GameStop here in Canada, but will be rebranding it to its previous name, EB Games. And although I've been going to GameStop the last few months and nothing's really changed, recently with one of the locations in Toronto, they have started removing the GameStop signs from stores and replacing them with EB Games. So that means it's a matter of time before my local, I guess I can say now, EB Games returns. So today I'm going to be going on a Funko Pop hunt to GameStop for what probably will be the last time, but we're actually going to be going to a few other places because while I was at Niagara Falls Comic Con last weekend during the final day, I actually went to a nearby mall that has the Hot Topic in it that is the closest to me. So I'm going to be going to a few stores there before we go to GameStop. And if you end up enjoying this type of video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But nonetheless, let's start off with, I think it's Mind Games that I went to first.
Alright, so we are inside of Mind Games, and we got a section of Pops here, which the first ones I noticed is from the new Jimmy Neutron set with, of course, Jimmy Neutron himself and, of course, Carl Wheezer. There is the Sheen, but I do not see him at the moment. I did notice some Office Pops with the OG Dwight Schrute and the Fun Run Dwight Schrute, which both of these Pops I do have in the collection already, along with some Friends Pops around it. We also have Kim Possible throwback Disney Channel show from when I was a kid. And then right here we do have the new wave of Fairly Odd Parents Pops with Timmy Turner, Cosmo, and Poof, and then Wanda with Da Rules. And of course, like usual, we do have a ton of anime like One Piece. We just saw Bleach. And then right here I do see the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pops, which pretty much all of these I do have, including the Flocked and Glow-in-the-Dark AAA anime exclusive Karibo that MD Shady had gifted me. Some of the newer Incredibles Pops, including the new Mr. Incredible in the blue suit. We got the Jack Jack and Syndrome. Not sure why they had JJ on the box instead of Jack Jack. And then there's also the Elastigirl, which I believe both of these have chases, but if anything, either the chases are gone or they're displayed in the back where the chases are usually displayed. And then, ladies and gentlemen, seeing for the very first time in person, the Pops I love but hate at the same time. It is the BTS Toy Story mashup, of course. I don't listen to BTS, but I sure as hell like Toy Story, which we got ourselves RM as Woody, Jin as Alien, J-Hope as Forky. Yeah, this is one of those sets where it's like, I kind of want to get it, but I don't at the same time. Shout out to FPP. There is a bunch of Deadpool Pops right there, even more for the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And then over at Mind Games, we do have Funko mystery boxes, which there's a couple of Star Wars ones and TV and movie, which they are 40% off of normal price. The price now is $41.99, which depending on how many you get, it seems like a pretty good deal. And then we have a clearance rack here, 50% off select Pops. We do have some of the Saturday Night Live Pops here. Wish I would find the Matt Foley, that's a part of that set. We got Hunter x Hunter. There's also the Scented Willy Wonka that's basically supposed to be a full-on chocolate bar. We got Ojama Yellow, which I do have in the collection already, so unfortunately I can't get that today. We actually have the John Bon Jovi that you guys would have saw, that I got this and the Pop albums recently for my mom. Alright, so we are inside of Hot Topic, and the first Pop I noticed, once again, we find a Jimmy Neutron here. Not only that, we got the Regina from Mean Girls, and there's also the Ed, Edd and Eddy Pops, which I know there's a chase. Highly doubt it's there if there was 6 or more at that point. We also have restocks of like older Pops. I recently saw that Hot Topic got recently older Pops, like the Dumbo from Disney. And then I noticed on top they actually do have the Hot Topic exclusive Aurora that doesn't have a Hot Topic exclusive sticker. It has that QR code sticker, and you wouldn't know it's a Hot Topic exclusive unless someone posted about it and they knew that it was a Hot Topic exclusive. Then we got some of the Lilo and Stitch Pops like Leroy, which is normally a specialty series exclusive, but there's no sticker on it. Angel with bags, Angel with umbrella, another version of Angel. Angel's just gonna have much Pops as Stitch nowadays. We got the Cop Cartman, which is another example of some older Pops that Hot Topic are stocking nowadays. We also have some of the Chainsaw Man Pops, including Chainsaw Man himself. Once again, I don't think the chase would be here because if there was 6 already, the chase has probably been taken. Then right here we do have a couple of Britney Spears, and we have the new Sabrina Carpenter pop for the Rocks lineup. We got an Axl Rose, the Glitter Michael Jackson, Rob Zombie, we got some of Avatar pops, we got a Georgie from It Chapter 1, and then speaking of older pops once again, that Carnage, we got Pickle Rick. And then as we look up here, we got some anime pops from Demon Slayer, including a Hot Topic exclusive. We got pops for the newly released, or it's not really so new anymore, of the Thunderbolts MCU movie. We got Blade from Deadpool and Wolverine, once again that Carnage. We also do have the pop comic covers of the Unmasked Spider-Man. Up there we actually do have the Jaws Great White Shark, where it's all blue as if it was actually underwater. And as we look at the top row, we do have an Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's a Jedi Master Soul, which I'm not sure where that's from. I'm gonna assume maybe Andor. The WonderCon exclusive Invader Zim that was shared to Hot Topic. And then we got some Boruto pops, along with some various anime and animation related pops. And then right here I did notice a Harry Potter set of mystery minis, along with what looks to be a full case of the Mandalorian mystery minis, also something that came out quite a while ago, so I'm surprised to see them here today.
Today I wanted to give a shout out to Sentinel 107, and the reason I'm giving them a shout out is because they signed up for our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month. Which not only do you get a shout out on every single video, but you also get a bunch of other perks like using custom emojis in the comments, and more importantly, early access to every videos and shorts that we do on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It'll be greatly appreciated and will help out this channel tremendously, especially because of how expensive these videos can be to do for you guys. So definitely consider, but nonetheless, let's continue on with this video.
Alright, so we are inside of GameStop, as it's still called by the sign, but there is a little bit of promotional image for EB Games with a sign about the new Nintendo Switch 2, but there is a new display here since I was last here with the bigger size pops like Luxray from Pokemon. There's some of the Naruto pop here from WonderCon a few months back, a Glaceon, there's some deluxe pops along with multi-packs including the Knuckles and Rouge from Sonic the Hedgehog, and there is right there one of the newer Jujutsu Kaisen pops. Then the Biddy pops are here also, including some minis here with Stripe and the Blacklight Stripe that was recently announced. As terms to newer pops since I've last been here, I believe this is actually newer, which is the Mumra from Thundercats, the new wave that had came out, which this does look really nice, and I believe above it, that's fairly new since the last time I was here, are the Funko Pop Pluses, or John Pops, for Star Trek with James T. Kirk and Jean-Luc Picard. And like usual, we do have the abundance of Pokemon pops of various Pokemon, but we do have the newer set of Fairly Odd Parents pops that we did see over at Mind Games, along with the pops for Jimmy Neutron that we also saw while we were at Mind Games. And then of course a huge One Piece display, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't recognize this character at all. This must be from like the newest wave. Yeah, this is King, who is once again a John Pop, a Funko Pop Plus. And then I can't see what's on the back because there's actually nothing listed. And then above are the new, I believe it's Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter Pops, I can't remember, but I believe this one, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, so this is normally a Funko Shop exclusive in the US, but here in Canada, it's exclusive to GameStop. And I guess I didn't even realize that there is a sale of buy 3 get 1 free, which was a sale that happened a few months ago. Speaking of newer pops that I didn't realize are Goofy, Bobby, and Roxanne from the Goofy Movie 30th Anniversary set, which I believe this is an exclusive, and look at that, this actually might be the first time I'm seeing the QR code stickers. And then I noticed on top they actually do have the Hot Topic exclusive Aurora that doesn't have a Hot Topic exclusive sticker, it has that QR code sticker.
So we are back from Funko Pop hunting, and unfortunately I actually didn't grab anything while I was at any of those stores, but there are a few things I'm going to show off, including one awesome item from Niagara Falls Comic Con. I guess the first thing I will show off is the fact that last night as I'm recording this, I saw Avril Lavigne in concert, and so I actually grabbed one of the Avril Lavigne shirts right there. There's her on the front there with different colors. And then on the back here, you do have the different tour dates including, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I think, oh, there we go. June 5th, Niagara Falls, Ontario. That was the one I went to. And then the next item I thought I would show you guys is something I purchased while at Niagara Falls Comic Con last weekend. And it's not Funko related, not U2's related, but it actually is a Lego set, which is something I have not bought in a very long time. And I'm not sure how well this is going to be shown on camera. That Lego kit is the Fender Stratocaster guitar. They recently vaulted this, and I've been trying to find this for months at my local Walmart, but I found it for an okay price, I guess, because it was fairly expensive for this. Really awesome how you can build not only the guitar, but the amplifier that goes along with it. And if you don't like the red body that you saw on the other side, you can actually switch it with a black body, which is a really nice attention to detail that you can have those options, because personally, I do have a Fender Stratocaster that is black, so I'd rather have it in this setting, although the red is really nice also. And as much as I would love to do a video building this for you guys, this actually is not staying in my collection, but rather it is a gift for someone else.